Brightside Nation, it's Mike Hanley. Today is September the 6th of 2018. We've got a Trump rally going on in Michigan. And let me tell you, folks, I have the best of the best that you can find on Twitter. I'm already laughing about some of the stuff that these peds have put out on Twitter. Just straight patriots, just wanting to make America great again. And then once it's great, we're going to keep it great. But we got a lot more that I've got to show you because it will bring you some belly laughs. And that's hey, in life, you got to laugh a little bit. That's what I learned from Trump. Even when they're attacking him viciously, he's always got a sense of humor. So without further ado, I'm going to play some videos. Please watch these through because I think and they aren't always not necessarily straight up fun. Are they hilarious? But if you watch the whole thing, you'll get a good laugh, okay? Because some of the jokes come towards the end. So again, my name's Mike Hanley. I'm with RightSideNews.com. Check us out. We'd surely appreciate it. And leave your comments on what you like to be the top joke or video for this evening. So thanks again, and here we go.
This day forward, it's going to be only America first. What truly matters is not which party controls our government, but whether our government is controlled by the people. For my theme song, number one question they asking. What can be question you asking?
Gotta love it. CNN is fake news. Does that look familiar? Does that chick look familiar to you guys? It's actually a boy. Parkland shooting. See the resemblance? Boom! CNN, see ya! I thought this was a classic. Had to play that one.
That could be useful for you. You know, in soccer we have referees, right? And they have cards.
Ooh.
Yellow cards and red cards.
Yeah.
Yellow card is a warning.
Right.
And when you want to kick out someone. Like this.
That's true. Right. That's very good.
So this could be useful. I don't know.
I like that.
That's for you.
I like that.
The next media session. Thank you.
So you gotta love that. Trump meeting with FIFA officials. We get awarded the 2026 World Cup, albeit some of the games will be played in Mexico and Canada, but the majority of the games will be held in the United States. So we are primarily in a primary host country for the 2026 World Cup. And does that not say it better than anything? Let's get these guys out, red card the media, ship them out of town, get them off the pitch. No mas, por favor.
Yes, Donald is here live on Monday Night Raw. He's still here. And Mr. Trump not coming alone. I like how he travels. Donald Trump is in a world he is not familiar with. This is not real estate. This is the WWE. Oh, no! Oh, my spear! My spear!
So that is exactly what Trump did and what Trump has done to the mainstream media over the 2016 presidential election and since he's gotten office. Not so much to the extent of since he's gotten office, because he's been a bit more presidential, has he not? I mean, let's at least give him that. He's a bit more presidential, but all I can say is that he is choke slamming the hell out of CNN. Their ratings, they're garbage, okay? Everybody knows CNN, the ratings, ship them out, they're garbage. So we're no longer using the word vagina. We need to start using the front hole, okay? Okay, so it's the front hole, people. I mean, at what point? I think they've lost people, and this is why people are walking away. I mean, the vagina is the vagina. I'm sorry. I mean, if you want, maybe you just call it the vajayjay, so you don't have to say the whole word. Maybe it makes you feel a little bit awkward. I don't know. I'm not really sure what is up with some of these people, but hey, front hole, sorry, not using it. We're going straight up vagina, or we're just going to say vajayjay. This one is high quality. High quality Sarah Sanders. High quality Sarah Sanders.
Okay, idiots, are you ready? I just can't stand the faces of you people. Those dead, questioning eyes. You dummies don't matter. Greedo?
What happens when I scratch a horseradish all over my face?
Now, why would you do this?
Well, I'm definitely gonna scrape it somewhere.
Yeah, you don't matter. Mangy?
Okay, my beard itches pretty bad. Is this because of my bugs?
You have literal bugs?
Uh-huh. I think it's mainly bed bugs.
Okay, you gotta go.
Wait, is this about the bugs?
Yeah, it is. Stank?
Yeah, when is the Roswell
you really thought I'd take your question? You suck.
Hey, the way you talk to me, I mean, do you need to talk so evil?
Do you need to look like a stuffed baked potato in that Walmart shirt? Because you suck. Lanky?
It's been a whole hour since Kristen sat on my whistle.
I did not sit on it.
And where's my whistle?
It's a really important issue, chomp.
Yeah, what about guys like me, you know? Like, our eyes are really honest, but then our brain's got a violent virus.
Could not care less. Creature?
How can I tell if my Labrador is female?
Easy, you suck. Let's see, Sasquatch Steven.
Would you rub my feet if I tickled yours?
You're weird. Nah, nope.
Not even fun tickles?
What is that? Listen, I'm gonna punch you and I'll punch in your esophagus.
Great.
Chocolate curl?
You know how I was part of a gang that made bed quilts?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one guy, Benji Binkelman, had this horrible breast problem.
Okay, so maybe we'll just wrap that up, turd.
What I really need is a craft table, a magic wand, and someone to feed me pickles.
Okay, Jeeves.
Do you feel you prefer ice sheets or maybe like summer rain?
Or I could feed you to the polar bears.
Alright.
Gina.
It's Gina.
That's what I said. Gina.
Gina.
I'm sorry?
Gina?
Yeah, I don't know. Chachi. Stink leg. Bork. Varicose kin. This jerk.
Hey, I'm crazy about you. When can I see you?
You know, never sounds like a good day.
Hey, I'm sensitive yet dangerous, and I make nachos.
That pretty much sums up the day of Sarah Sanders every single day when she's the White House press secretary. A bunch of fake news, and then she's just got to sit here and fire back at these goofballs that we call the mainstream media or the press corps. You know, I mean, these people just slap each other on the back and essentially give each other a round of applause for a bunch of BS and a bunch of nonsense questions. So I had to throw that one in there.
So happy when Donald Trump declared that he was going to run.
You all know him as the president. I know him as a friend. I know his heart.
Donald Trump is a trailblazer on women issues.
And not only do I support him as a human being who has incredible character and a great vision, but his policies affect my community where I live in Los Angeles, and that's really why I stand by him.
And I believe that you will see that this president is going to be incredible for this country, and I am excited about what's happening with this administration. I'm very honored to be a part of it.
He was the right choice for America.
When I say Trump train, I want you to say choo-choo.
Y'all ready? Trump train! Trump train! Trump train!
We have Omarosa here, who is going to sit and bash Donald Trump after she says all these gleaming, beautiful things about Donald Trump, how he's such a great guy, great president, that his work is supporting her people in Los Angeles. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's just such a she's just a two-faced bitch. We can't put it any other way, folks. Okay, we're just gonna have to go out and say it. I could get banned for that. Who knows? I'll probably get shadow banned or some nonsense by the tech giants, Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube. And we saw today. Did you guys not see? Alex Jones showed up at the hearing on the big tech giants, and he was firing away at them. Let me tell you. My buddy sent me a link on it. I didn't incorporate it into this video, but y'all should maybe do a little search on that one. It's pretty solid. AJ at his finest. And that's the one thing. Alex Jones, man, that guy gets fired up. When he gets on a roll, you better watch out, because I'll tell you what, folks, grade A, top of the line, Alex Jones, and that snippet there, all right? So maybe you just get it on Google, bing, 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 bing. What does that remind you of? Little Trump? You know what I'm talking about. All right, we got another one here, and this one is a glorious meme. It is quite the glorious meme. I mean, look at this. I mean, we remember, right? They said Hillary's going to run. She can't even walk. And remember she went on her tour overseas and she was falling down the stairs? They had two guys that were holding her up, making sure she wouldn't fall down. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this lady, but I think she has some seizures. I mean, obviously, I don't hope that she has seizures. I don't hope that upon anyone, but she's in a bad way. Her husband, Bill, I mean, if you look at pictures of that guy, he looks like he's had the soul sucked out of him. I mean, that guy is in real trouble. I mean, other than the fact that he's flew on the Lolita Express and all the shit that he's done to people in Haiti, his connections to George Soros, I'm sure he was involved in some type of corruption or another with FIFA. That's why he was such a big proponent of soccer. FIFA is one of the most corrupt agencies in football, if not the most. Football meaning soccer, not American football. And not only that, you got all of these things that they do. I mean, all their connections to child trafficking and human smuggling, and what Hillary Clinton did with her emails. I mean, this just goes on and on and on. But nonetheless, I had to throw that little meme in there. That was a meme of glory. And look at Nancy Pelosi. I have a following in the country that's unsurpassed by anybody unless they're running for president. I mean, does Nancy Pelosi really believe this shit? I mean, Nancy Pelosi is the biggest joke in politics. Have you ever listened to her when she tries to put together a full sentence? I mean, I am not the most well-spoken person, and I don't always articulate my words in the best ways. But let me tell you, folks, look up some clips on Nancy Pelosi stuttering. I mean, this lady can barely get a word out. And not only that, they're not coherent sentences. What she says a lot of the time, it doesn't even make sense. The stuff she says at her rallies, I don't know where she gets it. I don't know who's telling her to say these things. But I will tell you one thing. She's in the loony bin. She's lost it. And her strongest partners are Maxine Waters and Chuck Schumer. I mean, does it get any better? Does it get any better? And you know who I was kind of thinking that Nancy Pelosi reminds me of? She kind of reminds me of Janet Reno. You remember Janet Reno? How big of a joke she was? I mean, that lady, she was, let me tell you, she was a sharp cookie. And then you have none other here who is probably her closest rival in terms of competence, and that is Nancy Pelosi. Let me tell you. Oh, this is a gem, my friends. This one is a gem.
Simple question tonight. Is Trump winning the trade war, Guy?
Is Trump winning the trade war? Well, the market seems to indicate that the President Trump in the United States is winning the trade war right now, right? Our market's effectively unchanged. Chinese markets, despite the rally, is still down probably 15 to 16%. So if you look through that lens, yeah, I guess we are winning the trade war. Our market seems like it wants to take out the highs we made in January. So the things we talk about in the market, and given that spectrum, we are winning, yes.
We're winning. I would say we are winning. Have we won? No, because I think this is the very earliest stages, so that would be way too premature to say something like that. But the markets itself, I think, speak for themselves. I mean, the reactions that we've seen, and we're starting to see the reactions in terms of the earnings themselves. I love the fact that we have focused. The financials came out. Look at who outperformed last week and said, you know what, these are pretty daggone good numbers.
So yes, of course, Trump is winning the trade war. We all know it. The GDP is at what, 4.2% growth. And these are numbers that Barack Obama was saying could never be achieved. Those jobs are lost. They're not coming back. How is he going to get these jobs? Is he going to wave a magic wand? I mean, God, Barack Hussein Obama, this guy, I mean, can we be real here? He had no idea what he was doing. Not only that, he was bought and paid for. And maybe he did know what he was doing. Maybe he was just systematically destroying the United States of America. A lot of people think I'm crazy for saying that, but I think I'm actually fairly close to right on that one. I just think what he did was, it's just so clear to me that what he was doing was blatant and it was on purpose. It was all about division, divisive politics, and identity politics, and it was destructive rather than unifying, in my personal opinion. Now this is great. Mark Cuban, I remember Mark Cuban saying, if Trump becomes president, the stock market is gonna crash. He started getting up on CNN as a talking head saying that Donald Trump, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, this is the guy that owns the Mavericks. He used to be in tech. Nah, he still is in tech per se, but he started a tech company and that's how he made his billions of dollars. And then now look at here. Since Trump has taken that office, the Dow is just sky high. NASDAQ is up. So in the reality of the situation, yeah, the economy is great. We're winning the trade war. And that's ultimately reality. Here's a pretty solid one.
Union. Do you love the internet? Isn't it a totes maze? No, look at that doggo. And the kids learning on Wikipedia. What about sharing the memes? You like that, hey? Well, fuck you then, because we're about to replace the internet with a brand new experience. The Filternet. To bring you the Filternet, we've introduced Article 13 into the copyright reform legislation about to be voted on in the European Parliament. If passed, we will install a filter to scan all content for possible copyright violations before you can upload it online. Experts warn this could bring down the whole internet as we know it. But hey, if it makes our friends richer, we think that's a fair price to pay. Filternet. Meet our friendly new AI filter, or Phil for short. Phil is a dumb motherfucker who cannot distinguish actual copyright infringements from legitimate content, such as commentary, criticism, or parody. Which means if you're a YouTuber trying to commentate the news, or parody a song, or a shit poster trying to keep the internet weird, Phil will be like, computer says no. This fuck shit will be particularly annoying for anyone working on collaborative projects like Wikipedia and GitLab, which Phil will go full Infinity War on. Oh, and Phil is very expensive, so startups will find it hard to comply with Article 13 and the internet will be even more dominated by these guys. Our friends in the US have already helped us to bring this about by killing net neutrality and replacing their internet with this shitonet. So now it's time to destroy Europe's internet with Filternet. The best thing about Phil is that he can be reprogrammed to filter not just copyright violations, but other things too. You know, like whatever we don't like. Which means unless you call your MEPs and stop them from passing Article 13, we'll be building a censorship apparatus that will fart in general direction of free speech. Filternet. Because here at the European Union, we love uniting people. And Article 13 is bringing everyone together, from the left and the right, to stop us from fucking the internet. Filternet. Authorized by the Ministry of No Memes.
So that right there is a little parody on the Article 13 proposal that's being put together for the European Union. And I thought that was kind of a funny little parody, just because that lady was talking about shit posting, etc. And look, it's on. There's a war on for your mind. We know that Alex Jones has been banned by the large tech companies. He's been platformed, shadow banned, and essentially censored. He's been kicked off. He won't be able to he won't be allowed to create new accounts, and they're essentially taking away his right to freedom of speech. And I'm sure there's a lot of liberals out there that like this idea because they don't agree with them. However, the end game here is to take away people's individual rights. And when people say things that corporate entities, the government, the deep state, that they don't like, they are starting to silence people. And we're seeing that firsthand. And they're especially doing that, like I said in my last video, as it's an organized campaign, and it's also an organized distraction campaign when you have the likes of John McCain. And interestingly enough, they're on CNN that when John McCain was put to death, not laid to death. So I'm not saying, I don't really know everything about the medical history behind John McCain, but it's just interesting that John Kasich was saying, and it slipped. He slipped. So I don't know if it was the slip. It was a slip in the sense that he didn't mean to say what he said, or maybe it slipped because that's what actually happened, that John McCain was put to death. Now that right there would indeed be a conspiracy theory, a very strong conspiracy theory. I don't necessarily believe that, but it does raise questions when John Kasich comes up there and says that John McCain was put to death. Look, John McCain was bought and paid for. He was working with Soros. He was over there. Look at my video on John McCain with the connections that he had with ISIS. So John McCain at the end, I believe, was bought and paid for. So, you know, there's a lot to be said for that. There's a lot of more research that needs to be done, but I think a lot more will come out in the years to come. One. This one's the Donald. As he smokes a golf ball and it hits Hillary Clinton as she stumbles up the airplane. And last but not least, I figured this was a good one to go ahead and finish things off for this video. So anyways, I hope you all enjoy this one.
Wearing number 1 for the Los Angeles traffic today is 9-year-old Tommy Douglas. Tommy has lived most of his life in the hospital after being born with a potato for a heart and will undergo a heart transplant surgery next weekend. He's about as big of a traffic fan as they come, so in partnership with the Grant-A-Wish Foundation, both teams have agreed to come together and have Tommy run the first play of the game. And he got the handoff, and there he goes. Made a little cutback move, and it looks like he's going to go all the way. Look at him go. Wow. This is really one of those heartwarming moments in sports where you just, oh my God. That is not good.
So I think that right there epitomizes the 2016 presidential campaign. You had Hillary Clinton, who was most likely going to lose the Democratic primary to Bernie Sanders. They end up circumventing the Democrat process in that primary, essentially award the primary to Hillary Clinton. Then Hillary Clinton continues on during the election. She's being handed everything by the media, by corporations. She spent $1 billion. She funneled money illegally and spent a bunch of money illegally as well. And then Trump comes in at the end and stops her. So I figured we should end on that one anyways. I hope you all enjoyed the comedy. I hope you enjoyed just a few laughs from this. But anyways, this is Mike Hanley with Right Side News. Don't be left, be right. Thanks again.